Thank you so much for the support on the last couple videos. They've done well for, relatively being new. If you found any of those videos or this video helpful, if you could click the subscribe button, it's free and it helps be able to push the video to other Medicare beneficiaries like yourself that could be in need of our guidance. With that being said, bringing you a new video today. And today we're going to talk about the basic Medicare terms and explain them in layman's terms from start to finish. Let's get into it.
If you're 65 or older, call the Medicare Daddy. That's me.
All right. By the way, I didn't forget, thank you guys so much for 300 subscribers. Here's to, 300,000 more. Let's get into the video. Okay, so we're gonna start from top to bottom, if you will. So Part A. Part A is involved in original Medicare. Part A is known as hospitalization insurance. So when you go into the hospital, room and board, think of it that way. We've had other videos about that. Go check them out. You'll be able to get more in-depth idea about that. Again, all we're doing here is quick lightning round of the basic terms. Part B, services rendered, as I call it. You go to the doctor, you go to the hospital, you will owe basically 20% is what you'll owe with no cap in Part B. Part A, Part B, that is original Medicare. That was what started in the 60s or sometime. And those two combined, Part A, Part B, original Medicare. Part A is all of the years that you've been working. That's what pays for that Part A. So to 99.9% of people, there is no premium attached to it. Part B does have a premium attached to it. That goes off of your previous 2-year tax returns. So we're filming this in 2026. It's gonna go off your 2024 taxes. Moving on, Part C, also known as a Medicare Advantage plan. Those are all the commercials that you see all the time. Again, we've gone over those in other videos. Click them, they might be linked up here somewhere. Click those videos to find out more. But a Medicare Advantage plan is when you are on Part A, you're on Part B, original Medicare, then you get a Part C/Medicare Advantage plan. A Medicare Advantage plan, Part C, includes dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drugs. It can, I should say, include dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drugs. What that will do is that will now be your primary card when you go to the hospital, doctor's office, anything like that. So instead of busting out the Medicare card, that is the card you will use. And there is a maximum out-of-pocket associated with that. Unlike original Medicare, Parts A and B, which has 20% no cap, you could have anywhere between, say, $4,500 to $10,000 out-of-pocket maximum on a Medicare Advantage plan. There's also what's known as Medigap plans or supplement plans. The term can sometimes be interchangeable. Those are known as plans, again, Medigap plan, supplement plan, Plan G, Plan N, Plan F, all that stuff. If someone tells you they're on a Plan G, they're on a Medicare supplement/Medigap plan. Those are plans that everything needs to be pieced out. So unlike a Part C Medicare Advantage plan, it does not include any dental, vision, hearing, or prescription drug. You have to get all of that separate. Part D, moving on, is prescription drug coverage. This is something that is included in Part C, Medicare Advantage, but you have to add it on to a supplement plan/Medigap plan. So if you have a Plan G, you have to get a Part D prescription drug plan on top of that, or there can be a late penalty. There's other videos about that. Go watch those. We'll go over more. Next, we're gonna go into copays. Copay, very simple. It's the exact same thing as you've had all your life when you go to the doctor. If your copay to go see your PCP is $0, you don't owe anything. If your copay is $20 to go see your PCP or a specialist, you owe the $20 when you go to the specialist or the PCP, and that number is then subtracted off of your maximum out-of-pocket number. Again, that number can be, it varies if you're on a Medicare Advantage plan, it can be anywhere between $3,500 to $10,000, $3,000 to $10,000, whatever. On a supplement plan, you just have the Part B out-of-pocket max, and some people call it deductible, whatever you want to call it. And for 2026, that number is $283. You have a higher premium, but that's how copays work out in terms of Medicare Advantage and in terms of supplement plans. Now, let's keep going here. Let's go to your inpatient hospital stay. How that works is if you're on an Advantage plan, it can be anywhere from 1 to 5 days. You're gonna owe $175 per what I'm looking at here. Then on day 6 through 90, you'll owe $0. And that's for days 6 through 90. Again, this is an inpatient hospital stay. Skilled nursing facilities, that's usually 1 to 20 days. You'll owe something, it's usually a little bit smaller. And then days 21 to 100 is when you'll start to creep up on that number. But again, that's where the out-of-pocket maximum comes in, that $3,000, $3,500 to $10,000, so to speak. An OTC card, some of you will be able to get it regardless of income, regardless of where you live. It is predicated on your zip code. We go over that in other videos in nauseam. You should definitely check that out. It doesn't mean that everybody gets an OTC card. Just because your neighbor or your relative has an OTC card does not mean that you will get an OTC card. An OTC card is exactly what you think it is. It's an over-the-counter card. It is a number that is usually quarterly that is allotted for you to spend at either a pharmacy or through a book/online. You can order stuff like cold medicine, allergy medicine, Band-Aids, things like that. I'll be honest, a lot of people will tell us, hey, stuff's junk, it's your junk, just buy it, it's yours, that's what the money's for. It is typically a use it or lose it, so you definitely want to do that. Getting down to prescription drug coverage, Part D, or I should say going back to that. It is the same, whether you have an Advantage plan or you have a supplement plan. A Part D in Medicare for prescription drug in the year 2026, $2,100. That's the most you could spend on your medicine throughout the year in 2026. They did include in 2026 new, if you're watching this in 2026 and beyond, the donut hole is no longer a thing, it's no longer applicable. But what they did add was a deductible. That deductible can be anywhere from $0, depending on your plan, to $615, which is the max. That is just the number that you will owe and you will be more responsible for than the insurance company is. Once you hit that $615, and again, this is the same across the board, Medicare Advantage, Medicare Supplement, once you hit that $615, if that is your number or $400 or whatever, then it flip-flops, it goes back to the insurance company paying the bulk of it, and then you're paying the difference from a percentage-wise, and then your maximum out-of-pocket that you can spend is $2,100. It's the most you can spend on prescription drugs, and that is what the maximum out-of-pocket is for prescription drugs. Next, I'm gonna go over tiers. In the prescription drug category, there are what's known as 5 tiers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tier 1 is preferred generic drugs. Tier 2 is generic drugs. Tier 3, preferred brand drugs. Tier 4, non-preferred drugs. Tier 5, specialty drugs. Each and every plan, I can't reiterate this enough, has different, basically settings for what your medication is and where it falls in those tiers. On this example of a plan that I'm looking at right here, in tiers 1 and 2, $0. Tier 3, you owe 24% of the drug. Tier 4, 25%. Tier 5, 25%. But again, once you hit the $2,100, you could be done. So for expensive medications like Eliquis, Jardiance, things of that nature, it can be expensive in the first 2, 3, 4 months. After you hit that number, 2,100, then for the duration of the year, you no longer owe anything. Next, we're gonna talk about HMOs versus PPOs. This is something that you need to know if you have a Medicare Advantage plan. If you have a supplement plan, you do not need to know this. It does not apply to you. An HMO, Health Maintenance Organization. A PPO, Preferred Provider Organization. HMOs typically tell you where you cannot go based on a network, hospital, doctor, things of that nature. PPOs will allow you to go basically anywhere. And the final thing that we'll go over today is enrollment periods. This is pretty crucial to anybody and everybody. So whether you're new to Medicare, not on Medicare yet, whatever, this will apply to you in some form or fashion. So there's what's known as the IEP, the initial enrollment period. That is when you are eligible to get onto Medicare. Usually you have the 3 months before the month of your 65th birthday, the month of your 65th birthday, and the 3 months following your 65th birthday to enroll and not get any sort of late penalty. Also, there's what's known as this SEP, Special Enrollment Period. That would be something like if you're 67, you've been working and you were on group insurance and it's considered qualified. We go over that in other videos, go check it out. What that means is that you are now able to get onto a plan anytime in the following month. So right now it's February, it's the end of February. If you were to sign up right now, you would be able to start your Medicare plan. Again, we speak in hypotheticals here, but you could potentially start your Medicare plan March 1. Let's see, cut. IEP, SEP. Lastly, OEP, that's Open Enrollment Period. Lastly, there's AEP and OEP. Once you're in Medicare, this will apply to pretty much everybody. AEP is October 15th through December 7th every year. It's all the commercials that you guys see. At that point, you can change your plan for the following year. It won't start till January 1. However, come January 1 to March 31st, there's what's known as OEP, Open Enrollment Period. During that time, you can make a one-time switch for the year for the following month to go into a different plan. So let's say you changed your mind in the previous year, you got on something different, it's not working for you. You have from January 1 to March 31st to make a switch. It will take place in the following month, but then after that, from April 1 until basically December 31st, you are now in that plan. Thanks for watching today's video, guys. If you like this video, subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions. We'll be sure to get back to you. As always, stay safe. Medicare Daddy out.